What's up, everybody? You're back in here with the Pro Football Pod. You've got Coach, you've got Hulk, we've got Raiders. 7-round mock draft coming at you right here. We're going to make your team better today. We're going to roll as the GM. I'm really excited to dive in and see what we can do for Vegas here, Coach.
So before the offseason really got going, the rumor was that Davante Adams was not going to be here come.
Bro, I would have put so much money he was going to force a trade to the Jets. I would have put so much money on that.
I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Like, I'm pretty certain that, we're going to see Davante Adams playing for whoever we can draft at the quarterback position for them. Obviously, it's not going to be Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. I think that one of them is probably going to start the season. But I think that whether we can get Bo Nix or Michael Penix, I think that either of those guys could come in and start by week 4.
Now, before we start the draft here, I know but pre-show we discussed a possible trade back, but what do you think? I mean, we could get a little crazy with it here and look at a possible trade up. Because while we
trade up from 44,
trade up from 13. And I say that not for JJ McCarthy. I say that at pick number 3 with the Patriots because I've discussed how much I believe the Patriots need to trade back because they have so many other holes to fill, and you're setting any quarterback up for just absolute failure.
So if we have to trade 13, 44, and 112, that's
I think
much.
It would be 13, 77, 148, and then a round 1 for next year.
We could, if it was a round 2 for next year with all of that assets that we're giving up in this draft, I think it'd be worth it to trade all the way up to 3. But man, I don't know if that'll happen. So we can start the draft here. It's on slow.
Start the draft. We'll pause it and see what happens. If Jaden Daniels is there at 3,
he is.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. See 77, 148, and a round 1 for next year.
It's gonna get accepted.
I say do it.
We could even drop off 148 and keep it.
If they're gonna accept that, then absolutely pull that trigger.
Yeah. Okay. So now we get to
Jaden Daniels is the pick. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's huge for Raiders country. Huge. Raider Nation. The
Raiders.
Still getting to keep 44 too.
Wow, the Patriots took Troy Franklin at 13, and Brian Thomas Jr. fell to 23.
That's crazy. I hope the Patriots fuck up that bad.
That is insane. Who did the Patriots take in the second round? I'm curious.
Wow, Michael Penix is still there. Bo Nix.
Oh, Troy Franklin and Bo Nix, 2 Oregon products? That would be insane.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our quarterback. We traded up for him. We're picking here at 44. Michael Penix still being on the board is kind of a gut shot, but whatever.
It's a bit early.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it
it's
again.
A bit early.
I can't. I love Christian Haynes,
he
but
helps
I've got to mix it up.
Over
he does.
Cody Whitehair. I mean, it's still too early. It's too early for it.
I've come to the decision that literally every team in the league has a need somewhere on the interior O-line.
Yeah, it's bad right now. Let's look corner, though. Corner is a big need for us right now.
Huge need.
TJ Tampa's still there. Kamari Lassiter's still there. I like both of those guys.
I like Tampa more than Lassiter. I think he brings you a little more dog, a little more athleticism.
Their defensive line is so solid. They do have a need at one of their interior defensive linemen, but he was a rookie last year. Tyree Wilson, getting Christian Wilkins helps their defensive line so much. Malcolm Kuntz looked great last year. Max Crosby is probably the 3rd or 4th best defensive end in football.
Yeah, and I mean Wilson, he's a large human being, but he is more of an edge as far of as his play style goes. But I agree he gives you some versatility, so I'm not looking at edge here. We don't pick again until 112. So for me, I'm going TJ Tampa.
I think so
Like,
too.
You've got your quarterback, and I think you absolutely have the need at corner for that defense. And so, yeah, I'm going TJ Tampa.
6'2", 220, plays every single snap at corner. So he's just going to be holding down the outside for you.
Yep.
I think he's a total baller, helping out Raiders country a lot.
Raiders Nation. We just got done with the Broncos episode. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch that as well. That's why we're on the whole Broncos country. Christian Haynes continues to fall to round 3 in these mock drafts, and it irritates me to no end.
If the Dolphins get to take Christian Haynes in round 3, we don't have a round 3, but if we trade back from round 2, get a third rounder, I would be so happy with that. Cooper Beebe just went. That's honestly, I was kind of hoping he would fall to us right here. Christian Mahogany, though, great prospect.
Rich Mahogany. Let's see. What is there for us at wide receiver?
We're going to look running back and wide receiver.
All right. So we pick again at 148.
Braylon Allen being there is a bit interesting. I mean, they have such a big need at running back, and Braylon Allen is the top.
Braylon Allen to me just kind of screams Raiders running back too, doesn't he?
Yes. Just like gritty, big body.
Like, I'm just going to punch you in the mouth and keep running.
His athleticism at 6'2", 245 is a scary thing to deal with. I honestly think that we go Braylon Allen. This is our first time drafting him. Even though he's so high on our list.
I love the spot. Like, he fits like Antonio Pierce's like mindsets to a T.
And they let go of Josh Jacobs. They absolutely have to pull the trigger on somebody this year.
Now they do still have Zamir White, who they drafted last year, and they've got Amir Abdullah. They did bring in Madison, so slightly bit of a crowded room. I think Amir Abdullah is the odd man out there. But Braylon Allen, I love that pick. That's honestly probably one of my favorite picks that we've done.
Yeah. Isaiah Williams still being there is interesting. Same with Cornelius Johnson, but I like Isaiah Williams more. Cornelius is more of that red zone guy. They don't really need.
They also need more of the slot guy versus, Adams and Jacoby Myers do play in the slot, so there is some moving around there.
I mean, this guy ate in the slot a lot last year.
Yep. So I like the pull up interior O-line as well.
Zach Zinter's still there.
All right, and we pick again at 208. So scroll down to the 200s for us, see who might be there. Javion Cohen, if we're lucky.
Yep.
Let's see. Layden Robinson down the list at 263, but now we're hitting the point of undraftables.
Yeah.
All right, so
I think that we could hope for Javion Cohen. Casey Washington is not the same type of player.
Honestly, the way I'm looking at the board here, and where there's going to be a significant drop off. What do you think about trading back here real quick?
What do you think that we're going to get? I mean, there is a team that's interested. The Cardinals next pick is 162. So we could trade 148, 162. And
will they give us, will they do 186?
No, they don't want that.
Throw in 229 for them, and then a 5th rounder for next year.
That'll be accepted. We could throw a 7th. We could probably throw a 7th next year. So
throw 2 7th. See if they accept that.
Yeah, they did.
Boom. All right. So we got a couple extra picks here to play with now.
That pick. That's why they traded.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Good for them.
Yeah.
All right.
do not need tight end after taking Mara
No,
last
we need-
year.
Interior O-line, Zach Zinter's still there, right in his wheelhouse.
Yep.
That's the pick for me.
I think so too. Pick again at 186.
Now I want to look at defensive interior, wide receiver, and I want to glance at safety and linebacker. All right. Tyron Hopper's still here. I like Bo Braid's game. Michael Barrett is a guy that for sure we should be looking at 203 if he is still on the board. I like Trey Taylor's game from Air Force as well if we go safety around that range. Curtis
Dominic
Jacobs
Hampton.
is still down there. Defensive interior, McKinley
more of a strong
Jackson's
safety.
still there. He'll still be there for us with our next pick, I believe, but I know we like his game. We've talked about him a few times. All right, so who go to the top of the board? We do need wide receiver. Tavion Robinson is the top wide receiver by far right here. Pull him up just so people can get a glance at him.
5'11", 194. Played a lot of his slot snaps, just like the last guy we were looking at. Has a bit of a problem with drops, but his contested catch rate is elite.
That's insane. How
Yeah.
does that even correlate?
He just needs somebody there breathing down his neck. You know, he's a competitor. He likes to compete. He don't want it to be easy.
I mean, dude, we filled out a lot more of their needs. It's for me right here. It's either Tavion Robinson or Logan Lee, because we haven't gone defensive interior, and I do think they have the need there.
6'5",
Just to help out
291,
Christian Wilkins a little bit.
6'6", 275. It's a lot of the same type of player as Tyree as well. So he kind of gets to be in the same exact role of just like eating up double teams. I mean, we know that Tyree Wilson's going to have a much better career this year because of Christian Wilkins. Like Zach
Agreed.
Sealer has been able to absolutely dominate because he gets singled all the time whenever freaking Christian's just eating double teams. So I think that we go wide receiver here. They
Yep.
absolutely need a slot receiver, especially because Jaden Daniels is going to need some security blanket type stuff. Mayer's going to be there, but Mayer's not really a receiving tight end as much as he is like an all-around, like, I'm going to block, I'm going to be decent.
Yeah, Mayer's not ever going to command, 8, 9, 10 targets a game like you're looking at there. So, yeah, let's go Tavion, give him some depth in the wide receiver room. And damn it, I was looking at Dominique Hampton, but he ended up going.
Yeah.
So because we passed on Logan Lee, then for me, I think right here, I'm looking at McKinley Jackson because I do want to give them some depth, but actually pull up linebacker and safety as well. James Williams, I know we've talked about him a lot.
Christian Boyd is still there.
That's who I'm looking at with our next and final pick because I think he might still be there for us. So for me, I think right here, pull up Tyler Owens just because I want the people to see his profile because before I lean with James Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just
The
not as
coverage
good.
grade, the run defense grade. Yeah. So for me, because they don't have the definite need at safety, but I don't like the linebackers that
Marcus
I'm seeing
Epps
on the board here.
is not very good. And then Trevon Moehrig is 6'2", 202. He seems like he's a versatile player. Like he plays in the box, he plays slot corner, he plays free safety. They've got him moved over for strong safety this year, but like last year he played 600 snaps at free safety. So you bring in a guy like James Williams to play strong, and then he can move back on over to free.
And where you did mention in our last episode, the Broncos episode as well with James Williams, is with his size, he gives you that ability to move him down in the box as well. So it gives you that third safety to play with.
Yeah.
So I'm going James Williams, and then let's finish it out with Christian Boyd if he's still there. Damn it.
Yeah, he got taken.
McKinley Jackson's still there, though.
I was going to say, how is McKinley Jackson still there?
I don't know, but hey,
We'll
pull the
take
trigger,
that.
pull the trigger on my guy.
325 at 6'2". I mean, that guy is a freaking behemoth.
Hey, Raiders Nation, if you're still here with us, we appreciate all the love. Be sure to subscribe, share it with your friends, hit that notification bell so you get our episodes first. Let's dive in and see what we got here.
They didn't like Braylon Allen.
They thought we should have gone Mahogany. We were looking at Mahogany, but Braylon Allen, that's, to me, like, I mean, as a Raiders fan, if you come out of this draft and you traded up for Jaden Daniels, you've got your franchise quarterback. You were able to snag TJ Tampa in the second round, and then you didn't have a third round pick, but you came back in the fourth and got Braylon Allen, and then helped out your O-line with Zach Zinter and a trade back. Like, we're looking at a B, an A-. Then we got a B- for Tavion Robinson in the sixth. James Williams is a C+ in the sixth, but to me, I think that's more of a B-. A for McKinley Jackson, because that is a steal in the seventh round.
Absolutely.
B- overall. I kind of want to call bullshit and think that should be a B+.
Agreed. Also, top 90% of Raiders drafts.
We've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you're hiring for a new GM, I will fill out any application that needs to be filled out because we're killing it here. Hey, we appreciate all the love, every bit of minute, every second that you spent with us here. Be sure to tell your friends, 500 subscribers, we're going to do a jersey giveaway. TulsiRoseTee.com is the sponsor for all your tea needs. Outro music is hitting your ears. We love you guys. Peace out.